Welcome into today's edition of Coming Home, and we've got a very special treat for you today. Jameson Hannah, the second highest drafted player out of DBU. We'll get to that here momentarily, Jameson. Let's talk first about your trek to DBU.
Yeah.
From Flower Mound High School, you had a DBU connection there. Tim Millard was your high school teammate. Take us through the recruiting process and when you realized, hey, I'm coming to DBU, and how excited you were to join Tim.
Yeah, man, I wasn't really heavily recruited out of high school, but, being teammates with Tim the whole time and kind of growing up with him was awesome. And, I knew that he was going to DBU and came and saw this place and obviously heard of the great baseball program that we have here. And, I was very excited to start coming here.
It didn't take you long to really burst onto the scene. And I always go back to that crazy weekend in New Mexico. Your freshman year in 2016. Think about just what happened that weekend. Game 2, you pinch hit, you go 1 for 2, but your team scores 33 runs. David Martinelli then gets hurt the next game. You're inserted at that point. You go 3 for 3, you score 4 runs, but not only that, your team erases a 9-run deficit to come back and win. Take us back to that weekend, the 33-run game, but then also the mentality when you guys are down 10-1 as you just entered into the lineup.
Yeah, man. I mean, being a freshman and seeing the team put up 33 runs, that kind of shocked my world. But, I just wanted to be ready whenever I got the opportunity. And sadly, Martinelli went down. But, I took that as an opportunity that I wanted to seize. And, I tried to tell myself that once I got in that lineup, I wasn't going to come out. And, coming down from 9 runs, you said, that's kind of shows the resiliency that this team has and this organization has. So I was very happy to be part of that.
You hit on it a little bit there with the outfield that you had that year with David Martinelli and Justin Wall. Daniel Sweet was in that outfield as well. How much did you really think that, hey, this is an opportunity that I've got to take hold of because there's a lot of talent and I want to make sure that my name's in that lineup card every day?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I definitely wanted to play, but, you have guys, like you said, Sweet, Wall, and Martinelli who they're all big names, big outfielders, and they can swing it. So, when I got that opportunity, like I said earlier, I just wanted to take control of it. And I know that I have those guys behind me, and they're gunning for me. But, I was very happy for it, and I love those guys to death.
Well, 16 was a great year. 17, you make the tournament. You talk about talented outfields. What about that 2018 team, your junior year? I don't think there was a better 1-2 punch in college baseball than you and Devlin Granberg. About half the season, you were hitting leadoff, and the other half of the season, he's hitting leadoff. What was it like being in a lineup with Devlin and really the rest of that lineup, but specifically you two at the top of the order?
Yeah, man. I kind of feel bad for those pitching staffs, but I mean, Devlin Granberg is probably the best hitter I've seen in a while. The year he had was crazy, and whether I was in the 1 or 2 hole, I just tried to produce for the team, and especially being that 2 hole, I know Dev's going to get on, so try to get him in any way as possible. And like I said, being in that 1 hole, if I get on, I know I'm coming in because Dev's he's gonna do something with it. But that 1-2 punch it was deadly, but it was the rest of the team that kind of got us going.
Well, you guys both go on to play professional baseball. Let's go to draft day. 50th overall pick, 2nd round pick to the Oakland Athletics, and we see your family at every single game. They still come to games now that you're not here at DBU. But what was it like when you got that call to experience that? One for yourself, but also to experience that with your family.
Yeah, man, they've always been behind me. They're my biggest fans. But, like you said, they're always at the games here, and, they travel well. So just being able to kind of enjoy that experience with them was definitely something I'll never forget.
You think about where you started at Flower Mound. You mentioned it yourself. You weren't super highly recruited out of high school. To go from there at Flower Mound to at DBU working your freshman year to break into the lineup to where you were as a 50th overall pick and to where you are now, what is it about that everyday grind and what was it that helped you make that next step to where you are where you are right now?
Yeah, it's this program, man. We're all about getting 1% better every day, and having great coaches like Fitz and Coach Chief definitely helped mold me to where I am today. There's a lot of things to work on, but, hard work pays off, and definitely blessed to be in this situation, but I'm happy, and I know there's a lot of work to do.
And we'll finish with the business side of baseball. Drafted by the A's, but trade deadline comes, and all of a sudden, you're a member of the Cincinnati Reds. Take us through how you found out about that trade and what it's been like for you being a member of the Cincinnati organization.
Yeah, I actually had some roommates come busting in my room around 11 o'clock and kind of told me I got traded, but I didn't really believe them. But you know, it was a good experience. I'm happy that that Oakland took a chance on me, but I'm also happy that Cincinnati believes in me. So, you know, it's like I said, it's the start of something new, and I'm ready to get going.
One of the all-time greats in DBU baseball history. Second-round draft pick, 50th overall in the 2018 draft. It's Jameson Hannah, and he's been our guest today on Coming Home.